Greetings and welcome back to yet another episode of the Binding of Isaac Repentance, and today we're in a corrupt save file where everything seems to be a little bit different than we're used to. Why is the music so weird? Ooh. It's because we're in the Tainted world, and in the Tainted world is where Tainted Judas lives, and Tainted Judas is the best freaking character this game has, or at least to my knowledge up until this point. And you're like, why? He just seems like to be a regular dude who's shooting like red tears from his eyes. Oh, let me show you why. I just need some enemies. Shard of Glass, I don't think it's that good with this build, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. That's not important. Oh, they're coming for me. Actually, I'm coming for them. Yes. So, Tainted Judas has this item called Dark Arts. And from my experimentation, which to be fair was not a lot, because I only did like the first 2 floors yesterday when I unlocked him, you can go into the Shadow Realm, and every enemy you touch freezes, and then the shadow damages post-mortem. So, like, it's so good. And it recharges in the room, it recharges in the end of the room. And not just that, like, it just allows you to get in and out, like, situations like this, just so much better. And every single enemy you kill with this, maybe even hit, to be fair, you get a little bit of a damage upgrade, which decreases throughout the room. So you can actually get to insane numbers without having any like single item, and it's like are you seeing this? Like, it's insane. And it's so fun. Like that's the it feels so intuitive to use, it feels so fun to use. I don't know if he's supposed to be like a hard character, maybe like you can't have red health or something, but he accomplishes into what I think is most important in games, and that's being fun. He's extremely fun, and I love it. I love Tainted Judas. I've said it. And it's amazing. And that's everything I wanted to say. Thank you for listening. Actually, I have a lot more to say, but this is all regarding Tainted Judas. We're going to be using him more throughout the round, obviously, because, I mean, come on, he's fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, I did open this, even though I need a key to get to the alternate floor. Honestly, like, we're going to go wherever it takes us, like, no matter what we do. Oh, there's no key here, right? If it happened, like, if we go to Mother, we go to Mother. If we go to the true ending, we go to the true ending. I don't mind either way, and I think maybe this is going to be better than anything else. Oh, I feel like this enemy is not a match for me. Did you see that? Did you see that? That's so freaking cool. Okay, so he can't have red health. We've confirmed our thesis, so he can only have black hearts, maybe spirit hearts as well. So that does make him a little bit more challenging, but let's be fair, I don't think this is gonna be a really hard character to play as. He seems to be a little bit too powerful. Now, I hope there's some like good synergies that go along with his amazing power. But like, legitimately, like with this item, I don't, like, when you get used to it a little bit, I don't think there's a reason why you should ever get hit in a run. Like, I feel like on the regular, like, Isaac is a pretty hard game to do a run without getting hit. But with an item like this, which allows you to basically become invisible at the press of a button and deal damage offensively, like, there's no reason why you would ever get hit again. Like I said, once you get used to it a little bit, of course, barring some curses or like bosses, it's just good. In no matter how you slice it. that's a pun. Very well intended, of course, because like if I say it's not intended, it's gonna make me seem a little bit less clever than I am, and maybe this is what I strive for in life. It's actually not, but hey, there we are. So fantastic, like genuinely I was so thrilled to unlock him and to try him out, and like he has such a cool mechanic, and I hope that the Dark Arts is actually an item you can possibly find with other characters as well. Maybe we need an unlock. I mean, paralysis. I won't lose sleep over it, let's put it that way. And I mean, like, rooms like this, who cares? Spikes are not a problem. Ah, fantastic. So how have you been? How have you people been? That's what I wanted to ask. It's been I would say a little bit of a break from Isaac in terms of regular runs. I did all the challenges though, so I mean all the challenges I have unlocked, not every single challenge yet, because there's quite a few. But I did catch the ones I had unlocked, and to be fair, like it made Isaac a little bit more relaxing now, because it doesn't feel like I have all these challenges I still have to do. on top of my head. To be fair, like, it didn't take that long in terms, like, I did most challenges, like, in 1 or 2 tries. But still, like, having to go through, like, 40, 50 runs just to go through the challenges felt like a lot. But now it feels manageable because I have only, like, 10 left or something like that. So I'm excited in that regard. Oh my god, I always instinctively shoot this guy. You get an unlock if you don't shoot him. Like, I think I said this before, but I need to say it again, just to like point out what kind of a monster I am. Okay, that was too close for comfort. Like, Baby Plum surely isn't gonna be like the hardest enemy. I mean, honestly, like, if the only time I take damage on this run is for Baby Plum, that would be kind of funny, right? I think that's... Fruity Plum! Wait. Oh, maybe that's the unlock. I just got it because I killed him so many times. That's also possible. Doesn't look like we'll even be able to get a key, which is a shame. But like I said, I'm not beholding myself to any particular run here. If you can get there, if you can get to the alternate floor, we're just not gonna get to the alternate floor. It's fine. I'm just here, I'm just vibing, I'm just destroying my enemies with my dark arts, disappearing into the Shadow Realm, and having a nice time. Speaking of Shadow Realms, man, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a crazy anime, right? I think about it a lot, and I did try rewatching it at some point, and at this point it's almost like comedically campy. Like, it's, I would not call it like an objectively good show or anime for that matter. Not that there's a difference in particular, but like, by any standard you can... Oh, I forgot that they shoot for some reason. By any standard, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just not a like fantastic thing to watch. I'm not saying it's not entertaining. Like, it's extremely entertaining. But why it's entertaining is not because it's a well-made thing. It's because it's actually kind of ridiculous. And if you've ever played the card game, like, you will understand the sheer absurdity of the situation and like what happens in that show. Like, it's, I know, like, it's a meme, like, it's children playing a card game and acting like it's serious, but like, I don't, like, I think the meme is unfair because like the premise of the show, like any anime, I mean, not any, but most animes, is pretty ridiculous in itself. Like, that's what makes oh my god, anime kind of inherently interesting, right? Because it's like these situations which are not really feasible in real life become important. And I feel like the idea of, like, it's not a children's card game if you can actually summon a thing from your deck and then it eats people, right? Like, it's at that point it doesn't, like, it's not a game anymore. Oh, I can't pick it up. Okay, I had to try. I mean, I could have just gone in and waited and then used it again, but hey, whatever. let's not talk about it. But yeah, like, it's, I felt like for the time when I watched it as a kid, like, I enjoyed it. Like, it was okay. Like, it was mostly cool, I think, just seeing those monsters. Like, we had a very low bar for what entertained us back in the day. And basically, like, if it was a cool big monster, I was all about it. Like, that's like, that's why even Godzilla was I was like, oh, it's a great movie, like the American one. But literally, like, the only appeal of it for me at least was, oh, it has a big monster in it. I'm not saying, like, I don't know, maybe it has like cult status now and it's critical acclaim, but I don't think that's the case. I just know that like, it didn't take a lot for me to be entertained, and like, especially like Yu-Gi-Oh, because I played the card game as well. I even played in like local tournaments and stuff. It was I have a lot of memories regarding to it, and like a lot of, I would say, maybe awkward memories of other people playing it. Because you would think, like, it's a card game, like, people don't take it as seriously as they did in the show, but like, I'm telling you, like, maybe people take it even more seriously than in the show. Like, Seto Kaiba, when he like barges into the old man shop and basically like kidnaps Grandpa and threatens to kill him, like, I see that happening at a Yu-Gi-Oh convention. Like, it's just like, we were at that point, I feel like, as a community, where something like that happening would not surprise us. And I feel like the reason for that is multiple-fold, right? It's not like a simple question. Is it just like a matter of like people who are like maybe a little bit asocial, like doing socially awkward things? And I would say the main reason behind it is like the cards. The cards possessed us to do things beyond their recognition. And this is not a joke, right? I remember like we had this like big albums, and like albums, maybe that's not even a word, but we had this like we had our collections, and like when we went to these conventions and tournaments especially, we brought them alongside us, and then we traded them with others, because you know, that's why we're there, like to get more cool cards, to play the game, to maybe meet new people, like depending what your original goal is there. But we had these cards, right? And like it would happen that like you're in the midst of like there's a ton of people walking around, like you're trying to interact with everyone, like okay, has maybe something interesting to show, and then every now and then like somebody would come along and would be like, I have this really cool rare card, and then everybody would be like, oh, that's cool, let me show me what it is, right? And then you go to see that card, and then like maybe you forget your like deck or your card somewhere, and then someone like swipes it and like literally steals it from you, and you're like, darn, like it's my fault. And like this would happen on a regular basis, but like here's the real let's say meat of the crime, like what made these like criminals, like child criminals, so intelligent, was the fact that they didn't steal like the whole thing. They just stole like certain valuable cards. And it's insane, like the amount of pickpocketing happening was actually legendary. Like it was a matter of people just like they would like go through your like cards, and while you were watching them, they would be able to like steal something from you right in front of you. Like that's like some Houdini sleight of hand, right? I mean, it's insane. And this is like I'm talking about like 13-year-olds who like just play a card game with others. Like it's the level of dexterity there required for that. Like they, like it's impressive. Like if it wasn't like a super criminal act and kind of a dick move to do, like it's actually just genuinely impressive. And I speak this from experience, because I heard about these thieves, like I know them from like my friends and stuff. But like then I would be like super careful, because I'd be like, oh, I really like my cards. And my parents were also very, I would say, strict about spending. Like they were very particular like with how I spend my money. And when they would buy me things, they would be like very ornery about how I chose to kind of cash them in, I guess, if that makes sense. And if they thought I was like misplacing my cards or something, like they would tell me off. They would be like, hey, like this weren't cheap, right? So when I started like realizing that there were thieves amongst our midst, I became like so much more careful. Can I use this to get into that room? I can. Nice. So yeah, when I realized there were thieves like amongst us who would like steal our cards, I was very vigilant. So when people were looking at my cards, they wouldn't steal it. But like they literally like they worked in pairs. Like it's insane. Because like one of them would be like going through your cards, and then the other person would be like trying to distract you. Like it's literally like being pickpocketed, except I would say maybe even worse, because you're a child and it feels like if it happens to me right now on the street, like I'd be like, oh man, I got swindled. Like that's fair. Like I knew the risks. Like it's bound to happen. Like these people are experts, but being swindled for children's card games when you're like 10 years old and the swindlers are 8 years old is a whole new level of degrading. And mostly like it's just like you would think like we're such a nice community, right? Like it's just like kids hanging out playing cards, but no. This is a bloodbath. We're there like to get good cards and not interact with anyone else besides ourselves. And I would like play when I was playing tournaments. I would play against literal cheaters. It's like people like drawing more cards than they should have, and like he was like at some point this guy was literally holding like 13 cards in his hand, and like you can only hold 10 max, and I was like, dude, like where's half of your deck? Like it's half of your deck is literally missing. Like don't tell me like that you drew all these cards, because you don't have that much draw in your deck. Like no matter how many pot of grids you put in your hand, you're not gonna be like able to get to that level, right? He's like, I'm not cheating. It's like, literally, like, if you could do basic math, you would figure out, oh, well, this guy is definitely cheating. But then I didn't report him to the judge, because I was like, he's gonna lose anyway. And he did, which was, like, kind of shameful. But then literally next game, I think, or maybe one game prior to that, I was playing against this guy, and I forgot my dice, and I was like, hey dude, like, can you lend me your dice so I could like use it? And he was like, no. You just can't, like, you can't use the effect of the card because you don't have a die. I'm like, oh shit. this guy's here to win, not to have a good time. So it's been a while, like, I'm telling you, just children cards games, like in the show, like there were stakes, I would say, like people were like understandably upset. Because you know, like the world of, like the stake of the world, I mean, the fate of the world is at stake. But like in real life, there's no excuse. People were just dicks for the sake of being dicks. Like these little kids were trying to get a leg up on the competition by some illicit means, and I frankly, I don't appreciate it. It really did teach me about how like rotten the world is from the inside out. Because like if you're willing to go that far in Yu-Gi-Oh, like what's real life then? You know, like these people walk amongst us. Like they're not, like these are not reformed. They're not like I only stole 5 Yu-Gi-Oh cards and now I stopped. I live a clean life and I reformed and I go to church every Sunday. Like no, I mean they do go to church, but it's to steal like the donations from like the needy and the poor. Probably, I don't know. It's just like honestly ridiculous. Oh my god, that's so good. Because now I can go to the boss trap room, and maybe I can get something good there. I'll have to say, for like how good this run feels, I don't really have all that many items, like good items. I mean, this is gonna be a great boon for us, like just more attack speed. Always glad to see it. Oh baby, wait, what? I took damage. It's fine though. Oh baby was still worth it, very much worth it. Oh baby time? No, just oh time. Cause okay, that was completely my bad. To be fair. Okay, I didn't see you there. Okay, next time. Oh my, like spiders! I swear to freaking god. I'm willing to use like this on you, just to make this fight a little bit less painful to deal with. Did he? She, sorry, it's she. It's carry on, queen. That's not how that melody goes. Just roll with it. I'm bad with melodies. I can tell you all about swindlers though. Like I know a couple of swindlers. I also realized on the effect that I'm like just literally like dark. I can't see myself in this room. Like I can see myself as well as maybe in some other room. Maybe that's why I'm getting hit. That's my excuse at least. I'll just blow you up. I just decided that you don't deserve to exist. Because you're one of those swindlers I've just been talking about. I've given you so much money and what do you have in return? You stole my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Oh, and let me tell you, like this is another like great story. It's a matter of like you know when you start talking about like the Yu-Gi-Oh cards and you're like I'm telling you about people stealing them. It's like, oh yeah, of course, like kids want cool things. But like sure, right? But it's like it's more than that. It was like a currency, like in our group. And you're saying, what do you mean a currency? Like it's literally like prison rules when people trade cigarettes or something. But what happened was so like we all played GTA Vice City back in the day, and you know we had a great time. Like playing the game was like fantastic for its time. But there was, I think we're all aware of that one particular like level where you had to drive an RC like plane. Oops, an RC plane. But like that was hard. Like legitimately, like if like, I mean back then when we didn't have like the finger dexterity to do it. And just like games were kind of new, like playing and controlling that little RC plane or like helicopter, I think it was, on your keyboard was genuinely like a struggle. So what ended up happening, right? Like you would call your friends who were able to do it and ask them to complete it for you. Like you could cheat, but that didn't feel like maybe as fair. So what we did is just like we asked each other like to complete hard challenges, right? And there was this one kid in our neighborhood who was really good at it. Like he, like I don't know how, like maybe he trained like crazy, but he was like a god at defeating that level, right? And we would literally be like, hey, can you come beat like this level for us? And he'd be like, sure, but like it's gonna cost you. It's like, what? What do you mean it's gonna cost me? Like, do you have any Yu-Gi-Oh cards you can give me? And we're like, oh my god, like like sure, I'm gonna give you like Ryu Kaki and like some other, like, I don't know, like Mirror Force. And he'd like, I want Mirror Force. It's like, I'm not gonna give you Mirror Force, like, for I'll live without. And then like there would be like kind of a barter situation, like you would make a deal. You would strike a deal with the other person, and then he would be like, sure, I'm gonna do it for like these 5 cards. And you're like, okay, that sounds fair. And then he would come, like you would give him your cards, and then he would do the level. And then like you would like save that save, because we didn't have internet back then, so you can just go online and download the save. You saved it like on a CD or something, and you were like just glad that there was at least someone like who would be willing to do it for so cheap, I guess. So yeah, like it was very wild. It was wild. Like I'm telling you, it's if you ever like encounter like a Yu-Gi-Oh player, someone who played Yu-Gi-Oh cards, especially like I would say like 20 years ago, like they've seen some shit. Like it's not as like these people have like grew up within very, I would say, specific conditions of our earth. But like at the same time, I have to say, like I have nice memories of it. Like it's for all the, like I would say, the ugly bits of it, like people actually being thieves and pulling like this elaborate ways of trying to rip you off. I did meet some like nice people there, and I feel like maybe that's just true for every community. I do remember like this is another like relic of the past. Like there weren't a lot of girls there. And you know, like just being like in that environment, you would be like, oh, you know, like girls are playing this game as well. Like it was surprising whenever you saw one. And there was one which was applied for a tournament, and like I have to say that was the first time where I would say my prejudice, like my internalized prejudice against women, like really came to show. And like she had a fairy deck, and it's like, oh, she has a fairy deck. Like that sounds like so girlish. And like, I'm not saying it is. Like, I'm just saying at that point in time where I was like literally 8 years old, right? That's like how my brain operated. And like I didn't, like, I had zombies. I was like, I have zombies. Like, I'm so much cooler than this fairy deck girl. And then she proceeded to absolutely destroy me in a duel. Like she would have this like deck, like a strategy where she would draw a lot of cards, but she would deny you draw. So essentially, like when she started going, like she would literally just like spam these effects where you wouldn't be able to. That's not what I meant to use. Oops. Yeah. So she would literally like. Oh. Well, it's a bit dicey. Remember when I said there's no reason to get hit? But this room is actually kind of insane. The little spiders are maybe the worst enemies of this game. I'll be fair. Like these enemies which spawn a ton of little spiders just genuinely menace to society. You would think with dark arts it's easy, but like you can't even freaking hit them. And yeah, like she would absolutely proceed to destroy me because like she would play these cards and I would just be unable to draw cards, and like at any single point in time she would have like 12 at hand, and I'd be like, there's nothing I can do. Like this woman is just like too powerful. Let me remember, it feels lucky. I think it increases the chance of your luck effects activating, and like effectively it's like +3 luck upgrade or something like that, which actually might be really good because we have Mom's Contact, which I think scales off luck. So I will go pick it up because Swallowed Penny is not doing it, honestly, and we're gonna run out of shops soon anyways, so. Oops. I mean, the small spiders, like, I swear to God. Like, they should have a decay where they just, like, automatically die after a little while. Like, I feel very strongly about that. Because they are just absolutely, Oh, Trinket is in the other direction. You're telling me I still haven't seen the boss? Curse of the Maze. Huh. Wait, don't I have... I'm kind of confused. Oh. Okay. Never mind. It's fine. Curse of the Maze. Like, what does Curse of the Maze do? Isn't that... Oh no, it's Curse of the Labyrinth. Maze just... Mage just teleports around, right? Of course. Sorry, my brain glitched a little bit there. I was like, wait, what? What's happening? This makes no sense. Because I thought the Curse of the Maze was Curse of the Labyrinth, but of course, there's a big difference between a maze and a labyrinth. And if you don't know what it is, let me enlighten you. Labyrinth is usually consists of walls, and there's like only one path you can take throughout the labyrinth, right? And it usually has like a spiritual connotation, like going through like this arduous path to get to the center or whatever. But I used my dark arts. What? And then the other interpretation, like, I mean, a maze has multiple branching paths, and the maze is where you can get lost, right? So that's the difference. Now you have been informed. There's also like a very significant difference between a graveyard and a cemetery. Also, graveyards are next to churches, and cemeteries are standalone. Another little tidbit for you, if you were interested, and even if you were not, now you know. Because knowing more never hurts. And it allows you to play smart in front of your friends, which is a great plus on this. We all say we need to be a little modest. I mean, sure, but it also feels good not to be modest sometimes. Ooh, Angelic Prism. If I go through it, I can't go through it. I haven't seen this item in a while, but it's genuinely like one of my favorites because it's so beautiful. Like you shoot a tear into it and you get colors out on the other side. I mean, what's not to like? This run did not pop off as much as maybe I would have hoped. But again, that's fine. I didn't expect this run to be like fantastic. I just wanted to ramble a bit. I didn't know we were gonna talk about Yu-Gi-Oh cards for so long, but here we are. And also, like, I have to say, like, lately I've been realizing that more people, the lot of people I know, maybe not a lot, but more people than I thought I know, actually, like, stream or do YouTube and stuff. And I think that's so freaking cool, because, I mean, obviously I would think it's cool because I do it. But, like, we do live in an age and world where there's so many things to do, and so many hobbies to explore, and just so many, like, we just all, like, I would say, experience the world a little bit differently, like in this unique way. And having the ability to kind of share this with others and people who might be interesting is honestly so beautiful. Like I love, like this is like a hobby of mine, or like used to be, I guess, when I had a little bit more time. But I would just like find like a small streamer about something I was interested in, like, I don't know, drawing, like maybe an instrument, like whatever. Usually I would default to instruments. And I would just like hang in their stream and just like ask questions, and like, because like they're a small streamer, like usually you can get some kind of interaction there. And I don't know, I always found it so satisfying, because it felt like I'm like discovering like a bit of someone before anybody else is, and like it's a very nice experience. So if you like, this is my tidbit, like how to make the world a bit of a nicer place from the confines of your home. Like open Twitch or YouTube or whatever like app you watch. Find like a small like streamer or a YouTuber and like just leave a nice little comment on their channel. Maybe ask them something in chat, tell them they're doing a great job, subscribe. I mean, anything. Like it really does make a lot of difference to people who are otherwise maybe not as fortunate as others in that regard. I know that for a lot of people, like when they get a little bit bigger, it becomes a numbers game, right? Like it becomes less personal. So there's like a certain charm in having a small community, and I don't know, like once you get past like 50,000 subscribers or whatever, like at that point it's like, oh, like I need to watch out for my stats. Like there's like things I have to consider, like there's growth of my channel, I need to monetize or whatever. Like especially if it turns into a full-time job, it becomes more of a numbers game, I would say, than something like deeply personal. So like if you feel like YouTube or like online media has gone in, I would say, in a wrong direction, in the sense that it feels less personal than it used to, I feel like maybe it's like it's a good idea to try to find out some like smaller channels and engage with them. There's a lot of people who like just stream like really for the passion of it, and not even intending to get big. Of course some get big, and like it's totally fair, because like if you're good at your job, never do it for free or something like that. But yeah, like that's, like I said, it's something I like to do, and I know like personally, like when people leave comments and just like have an interaction with me as someone who creates videos and talks about stuff, It's like a genuinely nice feeling, because it's like, oh, like something I said resonated with like another person on this planet, and it feels reassuring. And I feel like it's the same in reverse, like if the person like you're talking to like replies to you or whatever, like it also feels fulfilling. Nice. Oh my god, he fell. He just ran into the fire. He's like, stop with the sappy bullshit, dude. I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm not here to listen to any more of your crap. Sometimes, like when I try to say words, I try to say 3 words at the same time in the wrong order, and then like the sentence doesn't make sense to me until I stop and think about it, and it's like, oh, that's how it's supposed to go. Like that's the order. I'm excited. So I'm excited is a pill, which a lot of people hate, me including. But it's actually kind of easy. I didn't mean to use that. I didn't mean to use it. That's maybe the only problem with Dark Card. Sometimes you're gonna use your consumable by accident. But yeah, I'm excited. It has actually really cool workaround. And it's mostly just a matter of like when you use it, like at least that's how it used to work. I don't know if it works that way now. But basically when you used it, in 30 seconds it would activate again. And then in 30 seconds it would activate again, and maybe in 30 seconds again. But basically if you just kept the track of like when you used it, you would know exactly when it would reactivate. So the secret is to clear a room and then wait for a bit. So in that sense it kind of works like the reverse of I'm excited. Like you shouldn't be too excited. You should just like chill out a bit, and then you enter the next room after the effect pops again. And like this is like, see, like it activated now, but when I go to the next room, like it's deactivated again. So it works great in that regard. Mom should technically be not that big of a deal, because she spawns a lot of enemies I can massacre. And then I get a ton of damage, and then I can just go to town. Saying I'll go to town on my mother sounds kind of inappropriate, but hey. It fits the situation, I think. Damage is so low. Like, this is not what... I mean, you know what? It's a 30-minute run to get here. I'm definitely not making this up. I'm like, maybe it's a really good run and I just feel like it's not. But no, it's actually not that good. I don't know, there just haven't been a lot of items, I guess. Oh, there you are. Don't hide. Please give me a good item. What is this? Monstrance. Purify. Oh, wait, we had this before. It just deals damage to enemies around you, and the ones in the smaller circle take more damage. Yes, yes. Okay. Another Curse of the Maze. I see that there's a trending topic today. Because maybe it's referring to the maze of... I mean, the Millennium Puzzle. Whoa! And animes are cool, dude. Like, I've been... Like, I mentioned watching Attack on Titan, but, like, even beyond that... Now, the first anime I ever watched was Death Note. And when I saw that for the first time, my mind was literally blown away. I was like, there's no chance in hell, like, something that good can exist. But now I rewatch it and I'm like, it's not that good. It's not bad, of course. Don't get me wrong. It's just like interesting how our tastes evolve as we discover more things within the genre. Oh, and I also had the chance to try a VR headset. Actually, I tried an Index VR headset because I'm like a friend had it, and then I had the chance to try it, and I was like, dude, this is like literally the best headset on the market right now. I would be insane not to take this opportunity. So I played a bit of Half-Life Alyx, I played a bit of Beat Saber, I played a little bit of Boneworks, and I have to say, the first day I tried it, felt like an amazing, like literally, I've never felt more immersed in a game ever, and like literally one of the experiences I've had, I mean some of the experiences I've had are, I would say, my favorite gaming experiences, because it feels so visceral, right? Like when you're in there, like, and when the world reacts to your literal physical inputs as you move your hands and arms about, there's nothing like it. Like, honestly, there's nothing like it. But I would say the second day, like, when you play with it a little bit more, you start noticing the little deficits in how you approach this VR headset. Like for the first day, it's a whole new experience. It's just a matter of I'm like experiencing this new technology and I love it. Like I'm just being taken for a ride. But then the next day and the day after that, when I like kept playing it for a bit, like you figure out like, oh, I'm just playing a game, right? And because you're playing a game, like the controllers you have are not really like an extensions of you anymore. They're more like controllers. They're just like something you input things into, and you become more aware of like what you have to press and how you have to press it to like do what you want inside the game. Especially true for like Beat Saber, I would say. Because it's a very specific game. But with Beat Saber, it's just more like you just get into the zone. Like I don't think it's trying to be like this. That's so cool. It's trying to be this like deep immersive like VR experience. But yeah, like it's genuinely like good. Oh, nice. This should be doable. Nice. Oh my god. I mean, stop me. I'm like if I get the Hematemesis, I will buy Dark Bomb. I did not, so I'm not buying him. I just don't think there are enough red hearts on the floor to justify it. But yeah, I was just trying to say. So the first time, like when you're playing VR, very immersive, very cool. And then the second time and the third time around, like you become a bit more aware that it's just like a simulation. Like you know, like you're kind of moving, and especially when you get used to moving around in VR, when it becomes less sick-inducing. I feel like there's a mental switch that happens in more. Oh, you know, I'm just playing a game. So I would say that there's like we're not at the point yet where you will like just be able to be totally immersed, and that was the luckiest Scatolo of my life. You're not totally immersed yet because like there's still a bit of you knowing that you're just playing a game, but absolutely like it's the most immersive experience you can have in gaming, like no questions asked. The tech is so good, like the accuracy of the tracking is amazing. Like some of the things that exist within these games are also like equally amazing, and mostly like what I got excited about is just seeing where the technology is gonna go from here, because it's gonna be dope. Like it's gonna be so dope. Oh no. Okay, so now I have this aura which will make the spiders easier. Maybe this is the best item in the game because it kills the little spiders with no problem. Let's just do it like this. Nice. So if you have the chance to try it out somewhere, like I would absolutely full-heartedly recommend it. It's when I was playing Beat Saber and one of the walls came towards me, I felt like it hit me, and my heart rate like jumped up by 100 at least. And I was like, no chance, did that just happen? Oh no, there we go. The fool. Okay. Nice. I need to leverage the fact that I have invincibility and that I do damage passively with my aura. So that should be exciting. I'm in a bit of, I would say, focus zone. I mean, why was that necessary? Like, why was that necessary? I wanted to save it for the... Okay, see, like, I'm out of it. Like, I'm just genuinely, like, I'm feeling like maybe I'm fine. I'm feeling like I'm not tired. I'm feeling like life is good. But in actuality, I think my brain is slowly frying. Because I did the same thing like 4 times this run. And you know, it's funny now, but like when I start forgetting like which day it is, then... I mean, that's just actually something that happens. I always like, I'm surprised in movies when they ask questions like which day of the week it is. I mean, maybe that's fair, like, but what, like which date it is? Oh my god, like don't ask me that. I don't know. I'm so bad with dates and numbers. Like genuinely, I forget like the birthday date, the birth date, I guess, the birth date of my sister, and like, you know, I've known her for 26 years, so it's I would say it leaves my number, like, date memory leaves a lot to be desired. I've always hated the questions which were like, in which year was this guy born? It's like, dude, I can tell you like an approximate 300 years. And like that's it. Like that's the accuracy. Like that's the resolution that you're gonna get from me. Within a 500-year radius, I can tell you when this guy was born. Again, is it fair? I don't know. Maybe I should like just try harder. Maybe I resigned myself too fast. But for some reasons, like when I read a word, I read it twice, it stays in my memory. And when I read a date, I read it 7 times, and it doesn't stay in my memory. Or in my sister's case, I've seen it like 26 times. No, yeah, 26 times. That's how old I am. And still, it's not sticking. Oh, okay. Oh, nice dodge. There's always like a weird, I would say, lull at the end of the run, because it's like I don't want to start like a huge new topic because I know it's coming to an end, and at the same time I don't want to just be quiet. I want to talk about something interesting. It's like, but like at the same time, maybe there's like less pressure to talk a lot at the end, because if people came to this point, like they're probably gonna stay till the end because they're like, oh, I want to know how it ends. You know, that's cool. You know what? I'm just gonna wait for dark arts to regenerate. No, actually, I'm not. Okay, actually, I should have. That was instant karma again. It's like yesterday when I played and I was like, see, I'm so good at dodging, and what happened literally the next second I get hit. You know what? Give me this chest. Okay, just pennies. You know what? Like, let's do our due diligence, try to find the second secret room. I'll just, like, this is my last shot. Okay. Just to see if there are, like, maybe spirit hearts there. But no, just bombs. We can use bombs against Isaac. So I'll try to use dark arts, go into the Shadow Realm, leave a bomb in the Shadow Realm, and then destroy him. Oh my god, that actually works. Holy sh... This is the best character. You seen this? Okay, maybe don't spawn on top of me next time. I would appreciate it if you hadn't. Okay, it's fine, don't worry about it. Nothing personal, kid. So good. And he's literally a kid, because he's Isaac. He's basically us, so. Cool. There you go. Destroy him. He has been destroyed. I unlocked the Polaroid, which is fantastic. And I would also hope I unlocked something for beating the game with Tainted Judas, right? Challenge 27? Oh, that's actually just... I didn't actually unlock anything. Wait, I'm so weird. I did get the unlocks, I just didn't like unlock anything, which is kind of weird. Maybe they're like, maybe not all unlocks are tied to this. That would be fair. That would be very fair. Anyway, thank you for joining me in this tainted run. I hope you had fun. That rhyme. I'm a rap god. It was fun. I had a really good time. Tainted Judas is so fun. I can't stop rhyming fun with fun. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching if you made it this far, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye!